movie, Get Me, Roger Stone. So, Roger, thanks for your time today. How does the president ignore or defy a subpoena if Mueller issues one?
Well, I don't think he necessarily has to. Well, I think it would be foolhardy, in fact, dangerous, to give Mueller, a under oath, free-ranging, in-person interview in which he would attempt to euchre the president into some process-related mistake, perjury or obstruction of justice, not relating to Russia, of course, but relating to the termination of the corrupt FBI director, James Comey, or the National Security Advisor, General Mike Flynn, a great patriot who I think was unfairly and incorrectly, unjustly terminated. But this could be compromised. Let Mr. Mueller submit his questions in writing. Let the president respond to them in writing. This is what was done with President Ronald Reagan in the inquiry into the Iran-Contra scandal, and it could serve the purpose here. It won't serve Mr. Mueller's purpose because he has trickery in mind. This is a setup. It's a perjury trap. A first-year law student would advise the president not to submit.
Well, does the president have the latitude? I mean, I understand Ronald Reagan did it, but does the president have the latitude to say, I won't talk to you, but I'll respond in writing?
Well, I think the lawyers could negotiate an agreement that would avert a constitutional crisis, would also not allow Mr. Mueller to say that the president is attempting to avoid being questioned. I mean, this is as much a legal question as it is a public relations and a political question. Yes, there's a political cost of just stiffing Mueller, saying, no, I'm not going to submit to questioning. And yes, Mr. Mueller could issue a subpoena. Good luck getting federal marshals to try to bring the president in. I don't think that's going to happen. But I think there's some reasonable compromise here. Mueller has less standing with the American public every day. It's very clear that he's not someone biased career prosecutor just trying to get to the facts. He's a hack operative for Bill and Hillary Clinton. He did their dirty work. Before their dirty work, he did Bush's dirty work. He works for the establishment. He's nominally a registered Republican, but he works for those in power or those who think they ought to have power. He is the one who carried the uranium samples to Russia for them to examine. I have said all along that rather than fire him, which again would give him the public relations upper hand, not that he doesn't deserve to be fired, not that there are not grounds to fire him, but I would merely order Jeff Sessions to appoint a special prosecutor to examine Uranium One, the largest multi-million-dollar treasonous crime in American history. And the perps in that crime are Mr. Mueller, Mr. Comey, Mr. McCabe, and Mr. Rosenstein himself. They should find themselves immediately under federal investigation. I don't know how to continue this witch hunt against the president under those circumstances.
Roger Stone. Well, good advice to the president. Have you given that advice to him personally?
I have not had the opportunity to speak to him directly on this matter, but if he's watching Tucker Carlson or Laura Ingraham or InfoWars, when I go on with Alex Jones, he certainly knows my view. I really think our mutual friend, Judge Andrew Napolitano, has been very effective and very articulate on this subject. Under no circumstances should the president walk into an ambush. And that's what Mr. Mueller has in mind.
Roger Stone, the legendary political consultant. Roger, I really appreciate your time and your advice for the president today. Thanks very much.
John, always great to be with you. Many thanks.
All right, we'll do it again really soon. So